Oh, hey, Internet. Welcome back to Dungeon Cough Online. On the Type QQ gaming channel, we're picking up where we left off, or rather, we're picking up where we got disconnected. Just over level 21, becoming the best Pokemon master ever, or rather, female priest slash inquisitor ever. And I guess we're just fondling with, oh, we bought you a lot. You've brought a lot. You're not as bad as I thought. Alright, here's the magical sealed gear. I promised you better get that unsealed quick. Alright, looks like a shoulder pad. You haven't acquired all the magical gear yet. Well, alright, I'm feeling generous. I haven't met a good warrior like you in a long time. You're going to stay here for a while working for Ferris, right? I'll give you another piece of good gear. What a nice guy. Not for free, of course. Just like last time, I want you to bring me a spore virus. Spore viruses from monsters in Meltdown. Okay. Alright, as I was saying, we're kind of fondling through our event stuff. We're picking up where we left off, level 21 and onwards. Yes, feeling better by the day when it comes to this head cold. So hopefully it's not too discouraging, or too distracting, or either or both. I'm not sure, but looks like we're gonna fidget with these goddamn events. You know, I hate them, but I love them. It's one of those things you just, every day you log in, you're just given a trash bag of free goodies. You know. So now you're burdened with them, but you feel bad that, you know, like maybe there's something useful in them. And honestly, that the plus 10 growing axe is better than the stuff we have going on right now. I mean, even when we kind of tested against our current gear, you can see that the physical attack with it is 997. We put the old stuff back on, drops down to 600, so doesn't take a whole lot of brain power to figure out the fucking free daily axe that they give you is better than the one we just spent like 200,000 gold on. But oh well. Oh well. You can't take that gold where you're going. You can't take this game where you're going. And where that is, you know what I mean. Into the black void of nothingness. You can't take anything with you, for that matter. I'm not sure why we brought it down to Dungeon Fighter Online, but that's what happens when you're in a daily struggle with existential dread. Albert Bernstein, who also goes by Bernstein in an alternate universe. Alright, back whacking some more sewer freaks. Some more mushroom people. So look, on the side of the screen on that right, you see that we have a few missions going on. One is just to clear the level, apparently. The next is to, of course, collect the spore viruses. The other one is that we have to beat bosses. So it looks like, really, like we're going to be, you know, whether it takes a couple runs or whatnot, it's all going to be kind of done in at the same time, you know, or at least progress all at the same time. You know, as we defeat monsters, they'll drop the spores. As we beat the bosses, they'll drop whatever. Well, actually, they won't drop. We'll just tally the kills, and then eventually, when we beat this level, we'll get that. So, all pretty simple stuff. Big ass mushrooms just blocking the way of everything. Even still, yeah, that guy at the top that we completely missed. looks like when we break those plants, it creates a giant puddle of sticky stuff to walk through. Doesn't appear it really hurts you, but might slow you down and take hits otherwise. And those old city legacies, I believe, are like this area is like Arad meteors. There, you'll find like certain items that are dropped commonly in certain areas that you can kind of trade in for consumables. We actually did quite the shit job about trading in our Arad meteors. One of these videos, we should really take the time to cash those in, because you know, anywhere past you know, Silver Crown, they're pretty well useless. So might as well cash them in while we can. Really, no worth and no value keeping them. Although, I mean, we're picking up now, so I don't know. At the very least, we should check them out. See what the hell is all about them and see if we can cash them in somewhere. The old Panto took another axe to the face. Cajun Strato? Sato. Bosses have some strange names sometimes. Alright, but there he goes. With a pretty cool rare piece. That sort of purple. I don't know if that's like legacy or ultra rare or something, but it's certainly a step above rare. Thank you. McGee will also thank you from heaven. Down there in Goblin Heaven. He thanks you. How'd you like to look around the ruins, the ruined Hayden Mire? It's hard to believe that place once housed hundreds and thousands of people, isn't it? Not particularly. Not when you played the, the beta version of the last game. Now, as you've seen, it's overrun with monsters. Some of them taking ants and some of them talking ants and walking mushrooms. Can't you imagine it? You can't, can you? All right, I'll have to show them to you. I mean, I can. Go down to the right from the Mushroom Garden, and you'll arrive to Salif, the city of Spores. There you can see all the talking ants. Numaloons? Oh, while you're at it, could you save some poor Karus from them? The Karus are good mushrooms, so don't give them a hard time. Just drive away the Numaloons watchers, and the Karus will escape on their own. Alright, some new missions. Just under 22. Level 22, that is, with that green bar on the bottom of the screen. And there's the Spore overcoat cloth, and that kind of sucks. And it's untradeable, so we can't even throw it on the auction house as much as we would like to. So eventually I think we'll just kind of recycle it. Although I wonder if maybe we could give it to another character on the on our account that likes cloth armor. I'm not really sure. I might not even be able to do that, which is really the poor thing about some of these item drops. But it's still nice to see a nice rare piece of armor, although it doesn't look like we can really use it, or really like get a nice piece of gold out of it, Fervent Faith. This is the skill I was talking about in last video that we kind of skipped over for some particular level. Yep, raises physical critical chance and attack. So there really is no reason why we shouldn't, throw a point or two in that and try it out. I mean, we don't have the highest MP stats and stuff like that, but having something like that, just like a little bit of a sort of physical buff, certainly doesn't hurt, especially when we're going for the physical build of things. Like, those boots actually were better than what we were wearing, so we switched those real quick. Of course, just always some more gear here and there. More event stuff than you know what to do with. Alright, back into the dungeons. The online dungeons, as they were. City of Spores, Salaf. And how about that? We put on our magic aura and then run into an enemy that just punches us square in the face. Stop dawdling and move. Gasp! Please don't hurt me. Says the slave fungi. So apparently you just want to kind of kill these large ants and don't hurt the mushrooms. There you go, they're free. I believe they give you experience too, if they able to be freed like that, so that's good. However, they do a real shit job of like not getting in the way. You see how like some of them are just kind of like brainlessly walking with the that ant leader, you know. If you do understand, I just want to kill this ant, and you're kind of walking in the way of that. That one was rather painless. Clanging the coffee cup everywhere now. And these certainly look like the slave fungus guys that look like they've been twisted and cheesed out by the black nightmare. Who what's it? Who the heck knows? I don't know much. I just carry an axe around and kill things. I just know the sound of it when it takes a man's life. And you can tell after using that magic spell that its logo, or its icon rather, is stuck by our, of all our effects are stuck by the toolbar and health orb. So you can see it kind of sticks around for a long time. But we'll renew it there as well. Big fire ant guy. And there he goes. I'd like to think we got some sort of lucky critical hit on him, but we probably all know that wasn't the case. He just went down. Don't you think it's funny that ants enslave mushrooms? That's the sewer for you. What do you think about the Namaloons? Didn't you notice something strange about them? I mean, everything's a little strange. Nothing... Oh, wait. You did, didn't you? I think they started abducting people and enslaving mushrooms to build their own kingdom because of the Black Nightmare. What the spirits of Silver Crown did in the fit of insanity is nothing compared to what these ants are doing to us. They're even invading people's villages. Ah, shit. There is only so much our militiamen can do. So we've been relying on the Imperial Army, excuse me. But those guys are only good for making a big show of themselves. Hey, adventurer. Oops, I hope she didn't hear me. We know you've been frequenting Meltdown. That place falls under our jurisdiction and unauthorized personnel, blah blah blah. If we catch you sneak into that place again, we'll throw you in jail. Got it? They're very high-handed. The villagers must not be happy with them. Hmm? Grubeck is calling me quietly from a corner. I should go see him. Oh, looks like we got a cool little axe, too. Didn't even see that picked up. Magically sealed Bardiche. At that rate, it's a big hunk of trash compared to what we're currently holding, so. I prepared this title for you. There we are. Looks like we got... Well, I gotta admit you're growing on me. Got a belt. Now there's one last piece of gear to left the shoes. Your protection is not complete without them. You know what you have to do to get that, right? I'm just going to leave that on the screen, right? You know what you have to do if you want them, right? What is this, some fucking porno casting couch? You know what to do. Get to work. So the titles, even if they're useless, if you complete a whole page of this, it does give you that title book upgrade that you see on the bottom, and that's usually like all stats, like +5 or something like that. So it is handy to kind of collect them all. A lot of the missions aren't really all that challenging anyway. So as you can see, we've reached all our level 20 stuff, or at least the stuff up to level 20. So good on us. Something we'll have to make sure we do as we continue on as well. Thank you for coming in. I see you're having issues with those jerks from the Empire. I may be too old to fight with you, but I can at least provide you with some good information. Have you heard about the Resistance? It's a group of people who have been wronged by the Empire, and they help anyone who wants to fight the Empire. That makes sense. The Resistance is difficult to meet, given its nature, but I thought it would be helpful for your journey. Then what are you gonna do? Says Mysterious Gale. Damn it, alright, for now, just take care of those who are injured. Apparently we're just like overhearing something, I guess. Hey, you came. Ah, nothing. Our guys went to save some Karos only to have their asses beaten. Damn it. All those talented guys were killed early on, and all we're left with young kids who don't know how to fight. What? Sure, I'll appreciate it if you were to help, but be careful. The monsters in this place are not as cute as the spirits in Silver Crown. I mean, let's be honest, it's not like these guys are giving me much issue either. So there we go, we got our butt belt, and all we have to do is blow Albert there. He'll give us the shoes. Some pretty crazy looking carnivorous plants there. Now introduced to these moth-like characters, as well as our partner attack. Like I was saying in past videos, you can hit the tab when that skill is ready, and another character on your profile can kind of leap in and do an attack. And we've set my main creator, Plexia, to have her come in with that fire tornado thing. Which can be handy, considering that poison attack kind of messed us up a little bit there. More of those damn moths. Fucking just clubbed it right out of the air like a baseball bat. So once you can get a weapon on them, they're not so bad. But that's the key. You have to kind of get them out of the air somehow. I suppose like most flying insects, I guess. Those cocoons are pretty annoying. They sit around and do nothing until they hatch. Yeah, like bug swarms. But the bug swarms do nothing as well. They're just there. Yeah, that leaping attack is pretty awesome. Oh, bad day to be you. Alright, and then down to the boss from here right after smashing these crates apparently. Madness 8. Yeah, not too mad. And I would imagine after completing some of these quests that are, or at least the dialogue for these quests, I'm sure we'll hit 23 as well. Thank you, because of your help you guys can stay in bed and recover from their wounds. Oh, and while you were gone, a woman from the Empire was being pesky again, so I made up some lies. If she asks, just say you weren't in Meltdown. Well, I mean, come on, let's be obvious. It's not much of an elaborate plan. Just deny that you were trespassing. How did Salif become a city full of spores? Because spores are favorite foods of ants. Ants running slave plantations. Ridiculous, don't you think? Everyone seems to think this is the most ridiculous thing in an anime-based game. The ants are even named themselves Namaloons, which supposedly mean conquerors. My ass. My ass. There are more of them than you can see from the outside, and those living under the ground would come out when their kin on the ground is in danger, as if they have sensed it. Well, I mean, that's ants, right? So, if you go to Salif, make sure you destroy their formissaries first. That'll keep them distracted and keep you from being surrounded by them. Alright, looks like we're getting a bunch of new gear already. Just as soon as Albert was teasing us some new gear, Ferris is giving us a bunch of gear as well. So I guess we won't have to have a seat on his couch. Yeah, and after leveling up, it looks like we got some more mastering that skill. So yeah, eventually after you put enough skill points in a certain thing, you do get to master it, which pretty much maxes it out, of course. That looks to be about it, at least for the current time. Destroy the formissaries and yeah, all that gear looks to be a lot better than what we're actually holding, so. Falling over. What the hell are we doing? We're just fiddling around now. Actually, crushing and recycling all of our old gear, or bad gear that we don't necessarily need. sadly, that an axe that dropped for us is quite low grade, despite the fact that it's kind of, at least, of rare quality. Alright, back into the dungeon. To destroy formissaries, I'm guessing. How cocky is that, like right in front of the enemy? Oh, I'll just use my ability here. Get the hell out of the way, you assholes! And we just cleaved one of those like slave mushrooms like to death. But luckily we don't. It's not like we have a quest or anything to save them or release them. So they are completely like at their own. You know, they're at their own risk right now. Get the fuck out of the way, or I have no, like I have no need or incentive to save you. So get the shit out of the way. Man, it's certainly not good to be a boss in these areas. And what's weird is you take some of these like little munchkin guys, and they have to take 3 hits. You find some of these bosses and they're gone in one. I'm not sure what the logic is around that. Maybe, you know, maybe the super moves do a ton of extra damage or what have you. Alright, and despite our absolute, like, apathy and really no need to, we kind of saved, like, all the mushroom guys, all the slave mushroom guys. Well, I mean, not all of them, some of them died. But at least we cleared all the rooms that had them in it, so. Another madness ant. Went down like a chump again. I'm wondering though if we fucked things up with not killing it, destroying enough formissaries. There's no end to them, isn't there? Those ants continue to increase their population, feeding on mushrooms that their slaves grow and come to humans' villages to abduct the people. Are the people enslaved too? No, they're eaten. Presumably human flesh is more nutritious than mushrooms. That's why we keep fighting, to survive. We can always leave, but the people outside the sewer treat us like the scum of the earth. I used to be a backstreet thug, and now I'm a protector of a village. So much for my days of not caring. Why isn't the Imperial Army doing anything to protect the villagers? Because it's only here to save face. And if we, with any luck, drive away the monsters, they'll claim the sewers as its new beat. It's really messed up. Things are a lot better than we were before, though. That new meathead named Hearts is at least trying to help us. He makes sure the beat is secure. Well, let's not talk about the Empire anymore. I received an urgent report about the Queen Ant showing up in Salif to lay eggs. She's trying to make up for the soldiers she lost. This is a great opportunity to stop the ants from breeding. Go kill that wench. Go kill that slut. Man, let's not tell Albert that we don't need his boots anymore. That guy's gonna be really disappointed. Yeah, get that whole complete set going. Straight pimpin'. And up to 23, level 23 already. Pretty good stuff, pretty good stuff. Diving right back into the dungeon, why not? Take a whack at the ant, take a whack at the mushroom people, who cares? It's hard to tell because sometimes these green ones have like those tentacles, and they're not slave ants either. They're just kind of, you know, they're the mutated bad ones. Oh, there's a Magnus ant with a lot of these moth ladies. And of course, poisoned as usual, that sucks. Hopefully it doesn't... Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. Almost down to half health. I think that's the first good piece of chunk of damage we've got so far in this game. Yeah, that poison is no joke. I mean, we do have a spell that we can cure ourselves from status ailments as well. Maybe that's something we should consider, considering poison is so potent. Another one of those like boss ants. Getting a bit cocky with our life here, but we got that sort of healing well right there. There we go. Cleave both of those ants. Yeah, probably appropriate to put some sort of health bar on, or see a health potion on a bar. Is that who's been killing my children, getting in our village, in our way of building a kingdom? You murderer! I'll tear you into pieces and feed you to my children. My children shall be the owners of this world. We were trampled underfoot when we were small. I wanted revenge, but I ended up getting trampled too. At least she took more than one hit. The kingdom I saw in the deep, dark dreams, was it only a dream? She said she didn't deserve to die, snort. What about the innocent people that she's killed? She had only herself to blame. She and the other ants used to be scared of humans, but the black nightmares turned them into violent creatures that they are now. Wasn't her name Gale, and now it's Breeze? Yes. Where the hell did that goddamn cluster of nightmares come from? Black Nightmare is wreaking havoc all over the place. The land is all but filled with blood. I mean, let's not get too edgy. Everywhere is darkness. Worse, the land is rotting. Rotting? All over there has turned black. It used to have the most fertile soil around the area, but since the spread of the Black Nightmare, everything in it, buildings, trees, has decayed into black masses The Black Nightmare. If I can't get away from it, I better learn about it. Where is this lot? I want to see it. You're an oddball. There's nothing to see. There is not even a signboard to tell you where you are. I don't know much about it. Ask someone else. Its old name, blah 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 blah. Just ask some edgelord. He'll show you where. It's always darkness and blackness, like my heart. Sir Edgelord, bring me to the darkest place, so I can write my poetry. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, do all that stuff, and we'll play some more Dungeon Cough Online later.